Welcome back, Ray.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back.
Sonya, it's good to be back.
Yay! Now, what have you been watching? What have you brought for us this week?
I picked up Hakouki, which is Demon of the Fleeting Blossom. It's yet another anime that started off as a computer game, then it was adapted to a manga series, then an anime series, which is what we're looking at today.
Yep.
And there's also a couple of films due out for release this year. The story follows Yukimura Chizuru, who heads to Kyoto to search for her father. Now, while there, she witnesses a fight between one clan, the Rosetsu, and members of another, the Shinzengumi. The Shinzengumi take her into custody, and once learning that she is the daughter of the doctor they too are searching for, they decide to keep her close at hand and protect her. Chizuru then follows the Shinzengumi in their battles to help the shogunate. Now, there's more to Chizuru than meets the eye.
So, you'd expect that there's a lot of samurai action happening throughout this series, right?
You would, yes, but there's not nearly enough in my opinion. I expected a lot more action-packed, certainly early on anyway. The action that does happen, however, is really good. It's not the fantastical super moves of something like Naruto. Instead, the action is a little more realistic. Our heroes slice through their opponents using genuine striking and evasive maneuvers, which is really cool, and when they're pitted against tougher opposition, battles are nice and gritty, as well as exciting. Between these moments of action is a lot of drama. Hakouki is more of a romantic anime that draws upon a lot of political and historical references, which is really interesting. Certainly, exploring that period of time. But I kind of get a little bogged down with much of that detail, especially when they're making references to all these names and places. It gets a little overwhelming, but besides that, I'm still hungry for more. I'm still very curious.
Yeah, I didn't seem to bother me very much, the names and the places and things. No.
Oh.
Even though the lead characters hold similar titles to one another within the clan, and they all look quite androgynous, long flowing hair and similar chins, I could easily tell them apart. The character personalities are varied and quite charismatic, and I found a wonderful sense of humour specific to each one of them, which really lifts the mood through some of those heavy dialogue scenes.
It's kind of the reverse harem idea, isn't it?
Ah, yes, but please explain to anyone out there who is unfamiliar with that term.
Yes, of course, sure. Harem is a kind of subgenre of anime and manga. Basically, a protagonist is surrounded, usually amorously, by 3 or more members of the opposite sex, or love interests.
Yes, I can certainly think of a few examples of that.
Yes, so can I. Only, in this case, Hakouki it's kind of aimed toward a female audience instead, which is really refreshing, though, look, in my opinion, I don't think it necessarily succeeds.
At what? Being appealing? I mean, come on now. Look, it's not blanketed in innuendo or over-sexualized. I get more of a feeling of big brothers looking after little sister kind of thing. And I think in that term, it really does succeed.
I'm not convinced. I'm just not convinced. Is she considered an equal? I don't know. I mean, over time she becomes more respected within the Shinzengumi clan, but I don't think Chizuru is really highly regarded. I mean, she still has to, she's always reminded of her place within the clan. And look, I'm not female, but that's just the impression that I get, all right? Animation-wise, it's quite pretty. There's some beautiful artwork and backdrops and some lovely watercolor use. Much of the atmosphere is well created and there's a lot of soft, glowing tones throughout. However, the quality of animation itself, it kind of flicks between excellent and then subpar. Do you agree, Sonya?
Yeah, look, there are moments where you go, wow, that's really beautiful.
Yep.
And then, it's a bit flat, and a bit boring. Yeah.
That's right. What do you think about the series overall, though?
Look, it is, for me, a very intriguing series.
Yeah.
Apart from a few kind of plot holes that you could really drive a truck through, I'm really enjoying this series, and I like the fact that it's not crazy over-the-top action and there is that dialogue there.
Yes, yeah.
It delves into the supernatural too, which is a plus for me. I like that kind of thing. My only niggle is that I want Chizuru to develop her physical skills and not be so helpless. She's got a sword, she says she can use it, I'm yet to see it.
Yeah.
She can be a little bit bland and a little bit inoffensive sometimes. What's also cool though is that some of the characters are actually based on real historical figures from the Edo period in Japan.
Yes,
I kind of like that.
Yeah, the Shinzengumi were in fact a group of Ronin who protected the streets of Kyoto at the time, and that sort of information is awesome.
I like those kind of added in little Easter eggs almost.
Yeah,
find out about these real people.
Absolutely.
Look, I have to admit, I've become a little obsessed with this series. I've watched a lot of it. I blame Ray. So I love it. I'm giving it a buy.
A buy?
A buy.
Wow, I didn't think that you would give it a buy. That's surprising. For me, it's a slow burn, and not the kind that soothes the aching muscles either. It rather, you sit through a couple of episodes of suspense, and it doesn't yield enough reward for me. I must say the musical, composition is very, very nice. There's a catchy intro, and there's some wonderful orchestral soundscapes to the rest of the series. But look, it ticks a lot of boxes. It ticks a lot of boxes, but it's just not enough to make it compelling.
Okay.
Love interests do develop, but I'm not convinced that they're particularly natural or romantic enough, despite the series' intentions. It only just creeps across the line as a borrow from me.
Look, at least it gets to a borrow for you.
Only just.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for bringing this one along and taking up most of my
Not
life now.
so fast, Pamela Isley. I've still got some love to give.
Oh, Ray, this is neither time nor place for these kind of shenanigans.
No. These!
Ah!
Yes, thanks to Hanabi and Kapow, you get the chance to win 4 anime Blu-rays. That's right, but this is only available for our Australian viewers. We're very sorry, all those Kapowians abroad. We still love you very, very much. But for the rest of you, all you have to do is let us know your favourite anime, why it's your favourite anime, enter via our Facebook fan page, and you go into the draw to win. Fresh indeed.